Well, hi folks, as you can tell it's been 6 weeks since I did a video, so I'll just tell you why that is. I had a bit of a health scare lately, so it's been about the worst month of my life, but thank God I went to see my consultant on Thursday after having MRI brain scans and all sorts of rubbish like that, and everything's absolutely fine. So it was some kind of idiopathic symptoms, but like I said, it's just been the worst month of my life, so I've not been up here, I've done absolutely nothing. I've been so worried sick, so hence the reason for no videos. So we'll just have a quick look around the older neglected plot and show you what's been happening. Alright folks, into the neglected plot we go. Just weeds everywhere, I'm absolutely ashamed of it, but like I said, I've had better things to do in the last few weeks. Peas, look, podding up now, Hurst green shaft. Got absolutely tons on. They have flopped over a bit because I haven't been stringing them up, I haven't been tying them up very well. Obviously I haven't done anything. I must have been up here about an hour total in the last month, so not a lot been going on. Leeks are doing really well. Again, could do with weeding. Once I pull my finger out, it'll only take an hour to weed everything, but they don't look too bad. They've taken really well. As you can see, look, they're not a bad size. Lettuce is absolutely flown on. Should have been taking these, but I've not been eating anything, so just gone to waste. So I'll probably have to start giving these to people. These are the multi-green lettuce, my favourite lettuce again. They do them in green and red. Fantastic. Never seem to have any pests, as you can see, look. I don't use any slug pellets or anything, and they're just fantastic. So I'll give those a go. These are the banana shallots in amongst all the other weeds. Seem to be going good guns now, starting to bulb up a bit. So probably another 6 or 8 weeks and then they'll be ready to harvest. Like I said, just need to get some weeding done. It's not a great deal, it's not like it's carpeted, it's just a few plants as such, but it does look a mess and I'm embarrassed about it, but there you go. Onions, 3 rows of onions in there. They're not looking the biggest, but it doesn't matter. Garlic's looking okay still. It's looking really thick this year for some reason. Look how thick the stalks are, and it's only Solent white, it's not elephant garlic. But happy so far with the garlic, considering it's just been neglected again. We've not had that much water, it's been that hot everywhere, hasn't it? So, not too bad. Potatoes, absolutely flown on. Like I say, I've not been coming up like a week at a time, and just to see things growing, you know, after a week, it's been amazing for me to see. So I've not watered these at all, so they probably will be a bit scabby when they come to be tipped out, because they do need watering, hand watering in the pots as well, just to keep the soil moist really, just so that the scab doesn't take over. But like I say, not at the time, and we haven't had any rain. All my water buckets are empty, no rain whatsoever off the polytunnel, so I've just been using what I've got to water in the polytunnel. Go into the polytunnel in a minute to show you my foxglove. So this is the other bit. Look at this, it's in the right state. All the wild stuff's just taken over. Flowers everywhere and weeds and God knows what. A few carrots there, outdoor sweet candles in a box. These are the giant runner beans, hopefully. But I'm not that interested, because like I said, everything's been neglected. But we'll see, you never know, neglect might be the way forward. Some more potatoes in amongst the thistles. These are the first earlies in pots. So again, neglected and unwatered, but you never know, we might get a surprise. Oh dear, into my next bit. Neglected again, these are the onions. Starting to bulk up a bit. All could do with weeding, as is the general scheme of things these days. Spring onions. These are the cabbages I planted, I've just left those. They're the ones I had to buy because mine didn't fire. So I bought those. I've just put them under the cloches. There's some Savoy in there. Looks like something's been nibbling at them. Don't know what. Looks like something's been having a good nibble. I don't think it'd be caterpillars, because I don't think that's how they could get in. Anyway, see how they get on. Kale in there, in the box, and a few lettuces. You can see through the other side there. Oh, when I look at this, how clean and tidy it was. When I dug it all over my marrow plot, look at it now. It's like a jungle. I did plant the marrows out, but they're just not firing outside at all. I'm not surprised, look at it. It's like a bloody jungle. I'm ashamed of myself, I really am, but like I said, I've not been feeling up to it recently. We'll see, I might pull my finger out and get it all weeded out, it won't take long. And see if they start firing, but they're not looking too healthy anyway, because we had a lot of wind just after I planted them out and they got a real good battering. So we'll have a look in the polytunnel, I'll show you the marrow in there, which is a completely different story altogether. So we'll go into the polytunnel. I'll show you what I've got planted. Got a cucumber in there. I think it's got a few little cucumbers just starting at the bottom. Just going to train it up a cane. Courgette, again, this is called Defender, this courgette. Never fails, got courgettes on already. And like I said, I just grow it straight up a cane and it'll just produce all summer, no worries at all. French beans, last time I showed you these, I just planted them out and now they're already at the top of the canes, so should probably be getting, there's a few little flowers starting, so we should be getting a few beans soon. I've just seen a little pile of soil which appears to be a mouse nest, but I hope it isn't anyway. Let's have a look, that's the beans. The show carrots, which were just going to be for my local show, and now they've cancelled my local show, so that's a bit of a bummer. But they're growing really well, and like I said, just been watering them every 3 days and forgetting about them. So they've had absolutely no TLC whatsoever, and they should be okay. Likewise, the long carrots there, in the long box. Shame I won't be able to put them in my local show because they won't be good enough for a big show. So it's a bit of wasted effort really. Oh, I'll just walk past this bit. Managed to get some of the giant tomatoes in. Always plant these a lot later because they're only for later shows. And you only take the tomatoes off the first and second trusses anyway, so they've no need to get too big. So there's 2 of those off the British record last year, which was about a £6 tomato I think, so they've got the good genes in there, the good genetics in there of the size, so let's see if we can get a big one. But again, I've just been neglecting them, I've not prepared the soil properly, but you never know, we'll see. Giant potato time. Just let them grow. I've just been flooding them with water and I had a bit of a root about. I don't know whether you can see, at the top of the soil there was the top of a potato sticking out. It looks smaller on screen than it actually is, look. That's one potato and it just keeps going down and down. So hopefully there's only one potato on that plant. I'll just cover it up and we'll see how big they get. Like I say, it's just a bit of a daft idea growing these. See how we get on. Right, the indoor marrow, this is the difference protection makes. Planted the same side, the same time, same plant, look at it. It's about 15 feet long now, it's nearly got to the end of my bed. Still growing, and we have, somewhere, a few little marrows just starting to form there. I'll probably try and start one. I'll let that one start and I'll try and start one about there, about the end of the bed. And which is about 12 foot away from the start, and we'll see how big they get. Apparently they get bigger, but they don't have a lot of weight when you grow them in warmth because they grow that quickly. They're more sort of, they're not as dense as when they're grown cold outside, but it'll be interesting to see because the ones outside, like I said, don't look like they're going to amount to much. So that's the polytunnel. Not been as neglected as it has been outside because it's a bit easier to. It's not, you know, there's not much to do in here. Still have plenty of weeds about. So we'll just nip up to the greenhouse and I'll show you that to finish off, and then that'll be about it, folks. Well, hi folks, we'll just finish off in the greenhouse. Can't believe how quickly some of this stuff's grown with me not even sort of worrying about it. They're the chilli plants that I planted that were tiny a month ago, and I've only put them in like 5 or 6 inch pots, and they've just absolutely flown along in this heat. Same as the peppers, starting to get a few flowers on now. It's a bit bright now, the sun's come out, but these are those bushy chilies, so they look really nice when they come out. They're dead easy to grow. Even if you let them dry out, they tend to produce more flowers and you get more chilies, so they're absolutely idiot proof. A few dead cabbages there, and these are the hanging basket type bush tomatoes. It's absolutely massive. I've not nipped them out at all. They're absolutely huge. Getting covered in tomatoes, and we've got the first few little tomatoes ripening up now. I'll try and get down, I'll try and show you some. You can see like there's bunches of them appearing. And I've only got them in about a 10-inch pot, 10-litre pot, but absolutely producing tons and tons of them. And they're determinate, so basically that they'll stop at that now, but if you look how many flowers there are, they're absolutely hundreds, so you should get hundreds of tomatoes really. These are the normal tomatoes. That's a gardener's delight. No tomatoes on that yet, I don't think. These are the Shirleys. Starting to get a few on the trusses now. On there. I've not fed them. I should start feeding them now. Like I said, I just haven't been bothered doing anything this last month, so just looking at tomatoes will stand a bit of neglect. Could still do with a bit of side shoot pinching out and stuff, but it's no big deal. So that's the tomatoes. Like I say, I'm only growing 3 of those normal sized ones this year, just sticking to the bush tomatoes. Like these again, another one. Idiot proof, absolutely idiot proof. If you look, they're not actually cherry tomato size, they're sort of in between a cherry and a big tomato, and the flavour's sort of in between as well. They're not super sweet like a cherry, and they're not tart like a normal one, they're sort of in between, so best of both worlds really. Cucumber, doing really well, this one. Same again in a 10-litre pot. Starting to get loads forming already. 3 there. There's tons coming, look. And all I'm doing, it's only a small plant already, it's only up to there. Just tying it to a bit of cable that's tied up across. We'll see how we get on with that. And then finally, the giant onions that I put to seed. Maybe I'll show you that was one of the 10-pounder. Producing these amazing seed heads now. I'll show you the size of it, look. 6 foot tall, it's taller than me now, these seed heads. So they've all come out, that's the size of them. Just need to get some blue bottles, actually are good to pollinate them, but bumblebees especially. There was a bumblebee on before and it was just hopping around pollinating them. So we should get absolutely thousands of seeds by about September time once they start to ripen. So there should be plenty of seed going spare for anyone who wants a bit of a go at growing a giant one. I'll do a few competitions hopefully later on and give some away. But that's the giant onion seed heads. Just opening now and then just needing to be pollinated. Anyway, that's about it folks. About 6-week hiatus from doing anything. Hopefully the old rubbish is behind me now and we can get on and cheer up a bit and get cracking. So that's about it folks. Bit of a neglected plot tour. I'm absolutely ashamed with the state of my plot at the moment, but things have been a bit funny. Anyway, that's about it folks. See you later.